So we look at the fall of man, we look at the intention of God. The intention of God. Bring it down a little. We look at the intention of God for man. That is, God, the project man, was initiated so that God can rest, and so that God will have someone that will take over dominion. And we look at how the project started: creation, formation, and when man was supposed to come into that life, an enemy came, a serpent came, an intruder came, and destroyed the whole plan. Now, where we stopped last week, which I want to progress today, is that when Adam sinned, what happened? Because what the Lord said was that in the day you eat of this tree, you will surely die. So, and we saw that truly man ate from the tree. And did man die physically? No. So we now need to characterize what happened to man immediately that thing happened. Because the reason why we are doing this, and I won't take much because there are so many things that man lost, but I want to stay within maybe just 2 or 3. And the reason why I'm taking my time to do this, last week I told us that maybe we just walk over it and look into the next thing. But there is a need for us to come back here. Because if you don't understand what Christ died for, you can spend your whole entire life as a Christian pursuing what he did not die for. There are things that are possible, because we have queried this thing that why must Jesus die? No, don't worry. Why must he die? And I realized that there are things that will not be possible if he did not die. So Adam fell, and just like the illustration I gave us last week, that there is a man that had a son, told the son, the day you break this egg, I'm going to disown you and you will not be in this house again. So the son broke the egg. That moment the son broke the egg, and I know some of us will reason like human, because okay, it's just the first time, so don't do it again. But that's not God. And I explained to us about the justice system of God. God is just. Sent the man away. Now, when he sent him away, you must understand that there are things that guy can get by himself. If the guy is hardworking, he can be clothed without the father. Are you getting what I'm saying? He can be clothed without the father. He can eat without the father. Because I'm saying this because largely Christianity in our nation, so far I can see, has been reduced to things that can be gotten outside salvation, to things that can be gotten outside redemption. I've had people go to preach to people salvation, and be telling them that Jesus can make you rich. Can he not do those things? He can, but that's not the primary thing, because these things you can get it outside the redemption. Are you guys with me? So, in fact, before Jesus Christ came, you will have looked at the Old Testament and look at the wonderful things that were. You know that raising the dead was not was not before Jesus. Was not after Jesus died. Elijah raised the dead, right? Who again? Elisha. So even the bone of Elisha still sent somebody, still gave life. So if it is what we are pursuing, I want power, because that's what all our generation is all about. And the power we don't even see, because it's just to scatter cheer, and at the end of the day, the people are still the same. If that is all we have reduced Christianity to, it will mean that Christ is still looking for what's my essence? Why did I need to die to get these things? It means that there are greater cause, there are greater things that he died for. Are you guys with me? There are greater things he died for beyond power, beyond manifestation of the Spirit in a way, beyond raising the dead. So when Jesus Christ was going and he said, greater work you will do. And I've seen people saying that, you will raise more dead body. You will do this. That's not what he was saying. There was something that was not possible until Jesus Christ, until he ascended. There was something that was not possible, and that is the conversion of the soul. So my spiritual father, I think, taught on power things. One of those contacts taught on power things and gave us 9 layers of power. But do you know the greatest of those power is the power to convert the soul? So you may not, are you guys with me? You may not be able to raise the dead in your lifetime. You may not be able to even heal the sick. As long as you have your own way, because those things, healing the sick, raising the dead, are supposed to be an incentive for you to get the work done. That is not the work. Are you with me? I'm not saying that God cannot make one rich, he can and will be rich. Will be better than this. But that's not what he came to die for. There was something that Adam lost. And is what Adam lost. That is what Jesus Christ came to give. That is what he went to the cross to pay for. And if all what we now use the death on the cross to get are the things we can get outside the cross, is an insult to the man that died on the cross. Is an insult to the Jesus, because you are telling him that you are foolish. Because we can get it outside him. Why did he need to go to the cross? So there are things that cannot be gotten. And that is what, if you don't understand this thing, you don't understand Christianity. Because this is what to make Christianity to be different from any other religion, so to say. Are you with me? This is what to make Christianity. If we don't understand what Adam lost, if we don't understand in line with what Jesus Christ has paid the price and how it affects you, then you are not a Christian. The last time I checked, the richest person in the world, is he a Christian? So if every meeting now gather and he just make me, Lord, I want to get this, I want to get this thing. You know that we have failed already. Are you with me? You don't like what I'm saying? Be sincere. If all what you just come to Christianity to get is things, I want to pass my exam. I remember when I was it 300 level or 400 level? That somebody said, I'm not serving Jesus again. Why? Because of 1F. It means that all this while that you have been serving Jesus is just for, academic, something that you can buy with money. Or you don't know that they say result. So that's what you now labor. Come to church. You know, this brother is serious. That's what you labor all your life. No, there are greater things. So if all our messages have been reduced to mundane things, has been reduced to material things, it shows that we don't understand. That's why I know many of you don't understand why I'm taking precept upon precept, and it look like I'm echoing the same thing. It's for you to understand. And if you don't understand this, you don't understand Christianity. If you don't understand how it was, if you don't understand what man lost, then you are not a Christian. I know many gatherings, some pastors don't even understand. But if you understand now, you are made for life because you have been strengthened, because you now know. If, you see, some of you think that some of us, we are very, very controversial. It's because of the things we have known. It's because you know Aja and you know Obo. That's why they cannot pay Aja Lobo for you. You understand that kind of thing? What's English? Don't call a cat a dog for me. So it's because you know the difference between cat and dog. That's why nobody can confuse you. And that's why we are taking this step. What did Adam lose? What did Adam lose? That's what we want to look. If we are able to look at it and successfully I'm able to impress this. Bisola, are you okay? Are you sure? Not very sure. If we successfully look at what Adam lost, then it will appreciate more what Jesus Christ did. Amen. I have just three. I have just three things here, even though there are more, maybe 3 or 4. Genesis chapter 3. Let's look at from verse 7 because of our time. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves apron. The moment they ate the fruit, something happened to them. And pay attention to me very carefully, please. Were they naked before this time? Were they naked? Were they aware? Why were they not aware? It's because, and pay attention, please. It's because there is a consciousness, even though if you look at chapter 2, they said both of them were naked and they were not ashamed. So it does not mean that they were not even aware that they were naked. They know that they were naked, but they never see nakedness as a problem. Am I communicating? They never see nakedness as a problem until they ate the fruit. So the moment they ate the fruit, there is another consciousness that was awoken. That is, there is a consciousness that goes down, there is a consciousness that goes up. Man, I've explained to you guys that at this point of the project, man is still innocent. Man is natural. It's neither spiritual, not carnal, it's just, that's why, if it's spiritual, the serpent wouldn't have a way to penetrate. Am I communicating? So if God come, but the organogram, the way it's supposed to operate is that man is supposed to pick things from the spirit, from God, send it to the soul, the body will carry it out. What happened the moment they ate that food? Don't forget, what is the name of that tree? Is the tree of what? Good and evil. If you look at that, good and evil is the knowledge, and that knowledge is part of the soul component, is the knowledge, is intellect. So what they gave power, let me put it in that way so that you can understand. What was strengthened, what was empowered was the soul. So they just give the soul power, boom. That moment the spirit went down. Man now become self-conscious over God conscious. Man was about doing God. Man could not even do anything at that time. It's what God, oh yeah, name this one. Man was not innovative. It was not creative. Am I confusing you? Man was not creative. That is, man cannot even decide on himself and say, this is what I want to do. Like marriage, that you are supposed to say that, this is what I like. Man was not given that privilege. So it is God that dictates in a way for man. This is what is good for you. This is not what is good for you. This is what is good for you. You don't want this. That was man. And he was comfortable with it. You know, now, let me just branch a little. You know now, even if God should tell you something, you know how you drag with God. That was not the original man. The original man was supposed to, okay, God said this, okay, this is what we are, and he never sees it as a problem. Some of you, I know some of you are trusting God for God. Who is the lady? Who is the brother? And some sisters have started receiving names. And they are looking for the brother. Bro, when will you come now? And brother is seeking God now. Brother is just, you look at the brother, each time the brother is tongue. God, are you sure this is the person? But I'm saying that many of us seated here, no matter how spiritual you are, we still have taste. Right? So if God wants to come now, he now give you what is not your own taste. You now see the fight. No. Every foul spirit, every demonic spirit bringing this thought, I bind you in the name of Jesus. But the initial man, Adam was not like that. It's what God called good that is good for Adam. So he's not looking at, God, this cannot be deep. But I'm saying that the initial man, the original man, Adam, was not like that. The moment God said, this one is good, he said, yes, sir, it's good, it's okay. But it was the fall that instigated another consciousness, so that now, man, and you know, God does not struggle with anybody. The moment man became self-conscious, the spirit conscious went down. That's why at this point, and the eyes of, you see this opening of eyes. And every one of you understand what I'm saying, huh? Especially if you are from the Yoruba side, that maybe somebody at that puberty stage, and mama, if you mean like you, how many people have had that kind of? Because you see people trying to, you see boys trying to say that, it's because now, you know, your mommy will go to market, buy clothes for you. Mommy, thank you. I remember one December like that, they bought us this shoe that used to cry. I used to bring light. That when you match like it, pew, pew, pew. And you don't feel yourself. But it got to a time that your mom will buy you clothes. I said, mommy, even though they buy clothes for you, I said, mommy, give some of them. He sat down. You now know what is good. You now know. I mean, as small as Samuel is, he knows the clothes. I know. Okay. It's Adam. Because Adam is supposed to be run by one operating system, which was supposed to be God. But the moment man fell, so I'm taking this. I'm not sure I will even finish today. How long are we going to do this? But I need you to understand, if you understand what you lost, it is very easy for you to know what you want to get back. Are you with me? So, the eyes of them, that opening of eyes, is not just that they closed their eyes before. Their eyes were not closed before. But it was a consciousness that was awoken in them. Eve, look at you. Say, Adam, look at. So you see me. God is well. Just imagine we are still in the garden. And the reason why you are laughing is because he's Adam. Just imagine every one of us, we are in the garden and every. You imagine the drama. But you know, the initial man, the reason why we are laughing now is because we are product of Adam. Because then they were naked and they were not ashamed. Everybody is just doing their own thing. Sister Eve would just go there and decide. But the moment they ate the fruit, their eyes were open and say, So, Adam look at you. He said, He said, am I with me? Hey, what is it? Their eyes were opened. They became conscious of themselves. But before then, they were not conscious. They were only about God. There's something I'm trying to bring out from here, and they knew that they knew not that they were just naked, not that they were naked. They knew that they were naked. So it was knowledge. There is a knowledge that they did not have before, which they now have. Meanwhile, what we were born with now, pay attention now, so that I'm telling you this, so that we know where our problem is. What we were born with, it was with this nakedness knowledge, not the original knowledge. So now, and no matter how good you are, you cannot return back to the original knowledge without Christ. Am I confusing you? Self-consciousness. And that is why Valentine is coming now, and some people that maybe God has not helped to have meanwhile have sense. So they are doing self-love. Let me spoil myself. It's okay. One day you grow up. I'm saying that man now became conscious of himself. Everything, and there is no man that is not selfish. Outside Christ, there is no man. So when somebody began to do good, hold back. Behind this good, what is your gain? Because every man is selfish. I remember those days we used to pray, Lord, make me the head in my family. Okay. And your family will be looking at that. What kind of prayer is it? Meanwhile, you may not be destined to be the head. But Ogotenya kako rilo ninu mi tiba ba ebon mi. So you see, our prayer is even Adamic because it's just about to win. You know, if I just say, can we pray for this territory? You see how your voice will go down. Pray for this territory. Men should not lose. Say, God, help us, help us, help us. But you that you have a glory that you want to shine. Oh, pray that God, let my glory shine. You know, when I was still in those prayer movement, then there are prayer that if the prayer is going down, they are. I will not give you that scope. They are like about. I have them like 3 or 5. Now if you throw it, no, you go pray. You go pray. You go pray. I'm telling you, you go pray. Ogoto ti son. You will see people who cheer. Oh yeah. But can we intercede for Nigeria? Is that? Because man became, but you know, before, all what Adam was just doing were the work that God gave him. He was not even conscious about himself. It was to the point that he was not even aware that he was naked. Okay, what do God want me to do? Okay, I should intercede for the territory. I should do this. I'm saying that if your life now is still about, the percentage of your life is still about yourself more than God, it means that the cross over you is failing. Because you're Adam. Adam is all about himself, I'm saying that Papa shared something some time ago. That if two people, God, let me paraphrase. If God told brother A that you are going to marry 2027 and told brother B that okay, God will help you. That just, there's no prophecy. Meanwhile, brother B had money. Brother A don't have. And it's December already. The reason why brother A is not getting married is because there is no money. Brother B should be willing to undo even his own word to see that brother A gets married so that the promise of God come to pass. I mean that in this kingdom, it is no longer about you. It is about others. It is about the kingdom. It is about him. But many of us, you see, that's why there is bleeding in the heart of God because many of us are not growing. Because what we have advertised as growth, even in the body of Christ, it does not have anything to do with spiritual growth. Does not have anything to do with the reason why he died. So you can pray in tongues for 12 hours, yet you are still about yourself. Many of those praying in tongues are even instigated by the what is it called? By the encounters of the fathers. Papa, pray me too. I want to enter power. Oh yeah, power to do what? Where big beggy? You see that even if you probe it, even if you probe the reason, you know, you can deceive anybody, you can't deceive yourself. The reason why you want to be powerful is that you enter meeting, and as you are walking, everybody is just Agbára why plenty like water. It's still about yourself, not about God. So when I cry to God, God, look at these people. It's not, you see, I was telling something with my wife. I said, if our life remain like this, there are people that will drop out of following, because there are people that have seen us as model that this one they are truly following Jesus. But if they see that God did not beautify this life, there are people that will be tempted to drop out. My cry is, God, can you beautify this life so that people that are coming ahead can see that truly God who can beautify life, not about ourselves. I was sharing with the guys, the meeting I had with them, that I was even not conscious of myself to the point that it now became an insult. The men will begin to call me attention and say, look at, is it poverty that makes your life like this? And it's not that the money is not there, but you are just conscious about the kingdom, about its people. I'm asking you today, what are you conscious about? Many of you at all costs, first class is okay. What to prove what point? Hello? No, he's teaching, but let me just. To prove what point? And I've told you, see, man is so selfish to the point that if everybody in your department are D, and you only, everybody in your department have E, and only you have D, how do you feel? the cost was not it anyway, but is. But if everybody have B, only you have D. But I read. What happened? It's still about yourself. Because it's not looking like. You see, people tend to, and you will have seen that, people tend to thank God because they compare their life with others. She better come listen. I want to know what hospital to be saying. You cannot thank God. Thank God for your life. Must you compare? He's selfish. We have one woman then. I will remember. I'm not sure that evangelists know one scripture in the Bible. But if you load you with story, you will thank God. You be share me lonely. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lé olówó lẹ́sẹ̀ ó mọ nǹkan tó lọ́n ṣe fún ẹ o. So they must cycle like that before this man, I thank God. The man was just walking by himself. And the bike, the man did not climb the bike. That's how the bike from the back. That was the end. You see people from the back, oh, shell. He's selfish. Can we think God what? Can we see God? Can we be conscious of God? Because you must understand that your labor now will be from where you are conscious of. There was something that Adam was laboring. I'm not sure I can even do more than this one. What do we do with this? And you're starting exam very soon. 2 weeks time. So first semester, we have never entered the 4 series. Seriously, we have not started. He just wants to enter into what we want to teach. Okay, but I hope you are getting blessed. Yeah? Now look at it. And they knew that they were naked. And the moment they knew that they were naked, the moment they become self-consciousness, what happened is that they began to do self-work. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves apron. Who taught them? Who gave them that job? It will mean that where you are conscious of is where you work from. There are people that is God that sent them. There are people that is self that sent them. It's based on where you are conscious of. Something is telling you that at all costs you must make it. So as you are doing Jama online, you are saying that this one too, this one, I'm not advertising laziness now. I guess what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there is a way you labor. Are you conscious? Even in your labor, are you conscious? Is it God that is sending you or yourself? So they began to sew fig leaves. Yesterday they were not sewing. This was not part of their and you see, no matter what you use to cover yourself, as long as you are not God consciousness, it's still wasted. The nakedness cannot be covered. The nakedness cannot, every attempt, because even when Jesus Christ, even when God came, despite the clothing they made for themselves, they were still hiding. Why? Because something has happened to them. Because a consciousness, a light, they have been enlightened differently. So you will see, every man will be about himself, will labor for himself, will do everything. Is about himself, is about himself, is about even prayer about self. So a man can sow fig leaf with 12 hours prayer just to arrive there. And when I enter that meeting, they should know what you are doing is that you are sowing fig leaf. Oh, Babalola fasted for long. Let me to fast because I need power. It's fig leaf you are sowing for yourself, and did not send you. It's self. The end will still be self. Are you with me? And let me say this before I move to the next point. When they were God conscious, they live in the realm of God. When they were self-conscious, they began to live and do everything in the realm of man. It means that you are, please don't forget this point, because it's one of the points we will journey with till the end. You are alive where your consciousness is. It means that if you are more conscious of the physical realm more than the spirit realm, that's where you live. That's where you will labor from. I mean that two of you. Don't let me use both. I mean 2 people can be reading for the same exam. One is from God realm, the other is from physical realm. The one that will read from physical realm know that I must cover from pali to pali. She slide me to the daddy. Yeah, I'm on cover slide. Why the other one wakes up by 5 a.m. and he said, and they shame me. And God said, go to the go and pick 1990 or 2006 past question, solve it. Both of them are labor, even though they are physically here, but their consciousness is not here. And I want to ask you, where is your consciousness? Many are more conscious of Nigeria than heaven. And it's where you are conscious. That is your reality. Are you with me? That's where you will labor from. That's where you will live from. So if I look at my account like this and I see 0.25, it happens sometimes. I say, God. That time when I have those kind of strange amount in my account, if I wake up at night, even before I pray, I go to Ope to check again. What is happening here? And you see, there is temptation because we are seated far above principality. That's where we are going. I'm just running ahead of myself, but we'll get there. We are seated far above principality. But the moment you see that reality, what they want to do is to bring you back here. And once you are here, this is your reality. Are you getting what I'm saying? Once you are conscious that, hey, Samuel Maloskufa, mommy no version, go back along. God, I began to calculate. At that moment, strange thought due to enter my head. I've been not washing. I've been not shit driver. That moment that those thinking began to come is that there is a realm where you supposed to live. That realm there is not what you do that gives you food to eat. It's not what Adam did that makes him to eat. Everything has already been made ready for him there. You are not with me. So it means I'm not laboring that, hey, if I don't labor, I will not eat. No, that's not that place. That's not that realm. But if you're in that realm, what the enemy wants to do at all points is to bring you down here so that you begin to reason like man. I'm saying that where your consciousness is where your life is. Because the proof of living is consciousness. Doctor will say, is he still conscious? Yes, he's conscious. It's conscious. The proof of life is consciousness. So where you are alive, your consciousness determines where you are alive. So if you are conscious of the spirit realm, that means that you are alive in the spirit realm. If you are conscious of what? Of the physical realm, it means you are alive in the physical realm. So I need to ask you, where are you? You remember, God asked the same question, and I told you that question, beyond that, God is saying that, where did you hide? Because how can you even hide from the all-knowing God? God is saying that, where are you standing? Are you still conscious of me? Are you still in my realm? Or you have pulled out? Can I tell you this thing? It's not possible outside Christ. For you to be in that realm, it's not possible. There are men that can just taste it and come back. It's not possible. Are you seeing what we should contend for? And not for money. And not for, because once you are there, you are not even discussing money, because there is no money they spend. And I can tell you that what money can give you, favor can provide it for you. There is nothing. So money is not the highest thing that you should pursue. Are you with me? But one of our pursuits should be that we are there and we remain there. We are still walking to our lecture room. They don't know there is an heavenly man that is working. They don't know that even your working is not here, it's there. So lecturer is saying that you cannot pass. When you check from that end, there is nothing failure there. So you just smile. They say, why are you smiling? When this lecturer is threatening us, why? Hey, I pity you. Better pity yourself. Because as for me, where I operate from, I've not seen failure there. Kai. I'm sharing with us that God give me utterance, and God, as it is in my heart, God help me to dispense this body. I'm telling you, you cannot be the same. Because it will push us to that point where we will stay at that point, and you understand that anything that is not in that place is not your reality here. Oníṣẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run fún Adam, oníṣẹ́ tí Adam bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe. To sow fig leaf for themselves is never the work of Adam. Because in the first place, they were not even aware that they were naked. What was the assignment of Adam? Keep and tend. And like one of my brothers said in IMAC on Friday, he said, what they gave Adam to monitor is what he began to cut to seek fig leaves. Keep this one and tend this one. But when man becomes self-consciousness, is that thing that what you are supposed to keep and tend is what you are using to. It means that there is change of job description. This is what God sent you. This is what self send you. I'm asking you because every man is running an errand. Every man is running an errand. Consciously or unconsciously, your school, you are running an errand. Either for God or for self. And I need to ask you, which errand are you running? Are you instead of you keeping and tending, are you sure you are not sowing fig leaf now? Are you sure that your labor have not changed from keeping and tending to sowing fig leaf for yourself? Sir, and I need us to look into ourselves. Is your life about yourself? There must rise another kind of Christianity, another kind of Christians that are not about themselves. I've been asking, what makes those men to set their life for Christ? What makes them to die like a mere man for Christ? It's because it's not about them. Stephen will look at the people that wanted to kill. Stephen will look at the people that wanted to kill him and will not be ashamed to still pronounce that truth. Even though he knows he's going to die. What makes them is because it's not about them. So I need to ask you, your life is about what? This first class you are pursuing now at all costs is about what? I know, don't be quick to say, hey, it's God that will take the glory. No, it's about what? Are you sure? That even if you have the first class and God said, yeah, drop that first class, I need you to go and do another thing. Are you sure? God has spoken. You will not bind that spirit. Are you sure? So your life is about, is a question that I need everyone of us to go back, because you are still Adam. If your life is not all about him and not about you. And just like our anthem said, I've pledged an allegiance. I was sharing with, was it the workforce or the, I have some guys that, I was sharing with some of them that there is a pain that I've been preaching from November. But you can never know, because we have owed an allegiance. That in tears, in sorrow, in weeping, will not betray you, will not misrepresent you, will not, because of what we are going through, not serve you. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And I'm not saying this because of, I mean that even in Christianity, somebody was still sharing with me when we met at IMAC. And at a particular time, when I saw that they were not going my direction, I took another path. But thank God for the man's life, that I later realized himself. But others, some of them are in bush already, say, I really want to celebrate your courage. That even when it means you standing alone, when they were entering bush, even it means me turning my back on them, that was willing to. And I said, I have no choice. We can. That's why what many of you are doing now, I'm not proud of it. Because it's about self. It's about to make yourself. And you are Adam. I told you, and I've seen, and I don't know what God has done for me. There are many things that my wife will tell me, this person is doing this, is doing that. I'm not proud. If it does not advance the kingdom, it's about the devil. That's the truth. Because it's the serpent. And what God is, there is no alternative to God. If it is not God, it's not God. God is not looking for another person that will take his place. If it's not him, and we must be loud about him. We must be very vocal about him. Where are you living from? Where are you? What consciousness is here still about yourself? This is not the way they do ministry, sir. You know, I will see the HOD briefly after service. This is not the way they do ministry. I know. And there are ways that we can gather people, maybe later, and I change my message. And I say, you see, there is a part of the cross. No. But let me not have the member that God is not giving. You see our handle, our everything is dry. I was surprised that when I got to Bumosho, I see somebody, the way the person greeted me, and I was like, no, there is a way you greet somebody that you know the person. And do you know me? And I say, he's been following our ministry page. And I say, Joseph, He has been following our ministry page. Sir, I would like to have your number. I don't know how people follow. So, Facebook follower will not determine my life. That's why I'm not conscious. Who come, who no come. I'm just after that. They are still our sheep outside there. If you see me scream, oh, workers, let's be, they are still our sheep outside there. But I'm not concerned if it is two people. I'm able to build and I'm able to present before God and say, God, this is what you are giving to me. Not about how much. Because there are many parameters that we use to judge success now, which God is not even aware of it. I just want to stand before him and let me always have that smile in his face and say, this one please me. Not about numbers. Not about what we make. Not about the money. There is a way we can get money out of you. Student get money, no think can. Then get money. I used to say you don't get money. But we have pledged an allegiance. No. Whatever. And there are things that are even coming as benefit to us. No, we said no. Because if that thing should successfully come, it will block them from seeing Christ. So hold it first. Is to pledge an allegiance that will not be conscious of this my realm. There is an realm, and each time is to gaze at my master. Is he weeping or is smiling? Every time I want to see after I minister after so I minister, and each time I minister is still to go and meet him and say Shemoshe Dada. And sometimes when I'm running commentaries to my wife, say, hey, to preaching, no, it's because when I look at my master, there is something I'm supposed to see that I did not see. I'm not living from this realm, because if it's from this realm, I don't think I preach bad. Ask my wife, ask you, how many messages have I preached that me I will not complain. It's because there is a realm, there is the one that praises. So I want to ask you, what are you about? What are you living? Who sent you that errand? That errand you are doing, who sent you? That school you are doing, that business. I mean that thing that you are running after. Who sent you? Is it God or self? Is it God or self? Why? Whose errand are you running? Because if you are still running the errand of self, what you are saying is that you just waste your life on the cross. It doesn't matter to me. And meanwhile, you can be powerful. You can be influential. You can still quote it in the name of Jesus, because those were possible before the arrival of Jesus. But that the man live in his realm and is able to bring his will to enforce on this earth is only possible when he died. So whose errand are you running? Those are the things that he died for. And those are the things that cannot be done outside his death. Let me say this and I close. I wanted to share for maybe when we come next. Yeah. Oh, bro, we should skip class. We should not do class. Okay. God was sharing something to me in the course of iMark. Why do you think why do you think the project Adam started in the first place? It's because God wants to rest. Let Adam, at least I've done this, let this one continue and supervise. Unfortunately, the Adam that was supposed to bring God rest is the one that caused God trouble the most. Genesis chapter 6, and God said, it repented of the Lord. Sir, ma, God sent us. You were not just born. God sent you so that you can comfort him. God sent you so that he can have rest. But are you sure that statement is still not being said over you? That God repented, that he sent this one to you. And God repented, and he grieved God that he sent you to that family. Look at all what, do you know that from Genesis chapter 3 till Revelation 21, it was God's attempt to bring back man. God now started another plan. No, this man must come back. And look at his love. This man must come back. When he was supposed to be resting, a man is supposed to take over. And here we are. Same. God has invested in us. He sent us. You just think that your life amounts to nothing. But your life can only do two things. Is either you give God rest or you bring God shame. I want to cry. Let this life, let it please you. Let this life please you. That each time you look at me, I may not have the money, I may not have the fund, but each time you look at me from heaven, Lord, let me see smile on your face. Hebre sofikalata ebate ekura dia safi ekanto riasifia. We have 5 minutes to cry. Zapalata mbresefia kaluziete baruska fanate. I pledge allegiance to the Lord. Ale kuradi ensembra sofikai zate murati asafika. That you will look from heaven. This life will please you, Kai. Esiata aron dikaliata. That in this territory union, so if nobody brings smile to your face, I Adebayo James, I pledge allegiance that at all costs, I will give you rest. My life will give you rest. Atia kafura tiata kapapai. Etike fikala tambre sefi akoko fekatia sale saitamente vrasalu akapai zeteketeke aradia kambre sefika asapalata ekemfondalia tabarua safiate zapapapapapapai erata dokofile diata mante vrasaliata zakoto fekete ipalama nakai ambre sefia akwata fifipilekatai radada dokofekete alabaradu asaliata. I pledge allegiance to you, Lord, that this my life will give you rest. Osiante piratai ateka fikata kabai embre solika ayababala tombre sefifi kalota bakata bai elede kembro saliata kafifike rada do kombre selika shapaka bakata rado saliate ekiponte frasaliata sako kekete elati barati kebre saliata etete rada do kovelete mbre sefia katabai zakata kabakata reda esambra sovyata latiata ekatakapala katuate rada kovelete. My life will give you rest. My life will put smile on your face. Edomadomatika papai rada da kofresa diante kevelai zabakata kapakatai rada da embrese via kaluata frastalo toto reda kovila tiatabai. My life will give you rest. My life will give you rest, Lord. I will wipe away your tears, Lord. I will wipe away your tears, Lord. I will wipe away your tears, Lord. In this territory, I will wipe away your tears, Lord. I will wipe. That when you look down, this life will bring you peace. This life will bring you pleasure, Lord. This life will bring you pleasure, Lord. Eto kafras kafiletai. Erete dikofika akampela. Sabrekefia katokapia. Sapapapapa. Eleton vrasa diata kafa. Sapate fekete. Is somebody praying? Is somebody praying? It's a time for you to confess. It's a time for you to. It's a time of confession. That Lord, I will please you. That Lord, I will please you. I will please you. I will please you. Only your will I will do. Only your will I will serve. Even though it brings gain, if it does not please you, I will not go. Saleka wati freseti atatata redde duko frasa fiata balata bereketika pai ade mate maladai embre sofia alika frosofia talada bababai sepa beka pakatai embre soli sataka bakai epa beko radia dabra sofia kalatai zakataka bakai erada sakabanta frasaliata esababa Presepia canton bresetia kalatai to kafaradiata tai edikamom resevika lotai shapaka paradia teletete. For in Jesus Christ's mighty name we pray. As I bring the choir to come and lead us in that one anthem, I really need us to look into what are the things, what are the errands that have been running for self. And today I want you to lay it at the altar and say, Lord, I give up this for you. It may bring gain, It's me bringing. There was one of us that was doing a particular business. I did not talk, but got to a point and said, sir, I feel that God will not have me do this thing. But it's bringing you money. He says, no, sir, for the sake of Christ. And I usually ask, what have you lost? What have you lost for the sake of Christ? I don't know the errand you are running for self, but you want to say today, your debt will not be in vain. As I bring up the choir to come and lead us, you want to sincerely cry, God, I lay this at the altar. I lay this at the altar. I lay this at the altar. Help me. I want to run your errand. 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 Come on, go ahead and talk to God, choir.